So funny story. I just recorded this song, but my background was Dr. Seuss because I misremembered who wrote this song. I knew it was a famous children's poet, but I guessed the wrong one, Shel Silverstein. Anyway, my voice isn't feeling all that amazing yet, but this song's nice and low, and it's mostly talking, not even singing. By the way, I just want to go on record as saying it wouldn't work in today's context because I think a boy named Sue it would be completely fine, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But you got to put it in the context of back in the day when it would have been rough. Uh, Here, I'll try and do a decent job. A song that used to make me laugh for hours. My daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma and me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke and got a lot of laughs from a lot of folk, and it seemed I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head, and well, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hard and my wits got keen, and I roamed to town to hide my shame. But I made a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill that man who gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table, dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue, how do you do? Now you gonna die!" Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but can't really remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, but I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me, and then I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if you're gonna make it, you gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be around to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that helped to make you strong. And he said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." Well, I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, and I called him my pa and he called me his son, and I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, and every time I try and every time I win. And if you ever have a son, I just hope that you're gonna name him Bill or George or damn or anything but Sue. I still hate that damn name. Thanks.